That's too hard, that's it.
That's okay.
Because it's coming over here.
Yeah, you think so? I think so. It's
coming over here.
Going to Philly.
Yeah.
That's right.
Going to Philly.
Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out, puto. Fuck you, huh? Come on.
Mister.
I'm fucking special.
Get the fuck out of here. You ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna do shit.
I'm special.
You smack, I smack you the fuck back. I smack you the fuck back.
Hey, don't look at that belt too hard.
Get the fuck back. I'm ready to take it home now. I'm ready to take that shit home right now. You want for a fight, for a good fight. Good fight. Ain't gonna be sweet. He ain't 32. He ain't 32. 32 and over, 18 KOs, playing with his dick. Get the fuck out. I'll slap you the fuck back. The fuck out of here.
Watch out with that one, man.
Come on, man.
Let's do it. You think I got
I'll fight you with one hand.
I got two fucking balls, like you got two fucking balls. I'm a man like you a man. Get the fuck out of here.
You don't talk Spanish, vente pa acá, puto.
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Were you expecting that, Angel?
Get the fuck out of here. Bullshit. I speak more Spanish than you. You don't speak no fucking Spanish.
Let me teach you some Puerto Rican, bro.
Speak all the Spanish you want, come mierda.
Yo, hey, my man.
Big ass nigga. Let me tell you the truth. In the first press conference, you know what he said?
What?
He seen me in the bathroom. He said he want no problem. Wow. And he shook hands on it. And then he said we could do a little bit of hack if you. That's all in hack. Wow. He's a bitch.
So you surprised he switched up on you?
Fuck that nigga. I don't give a fuck about him. It's not about him. It's about him.
How many rounds does he last?
Man, he ain't gonna last shit. His fucking breath smell like a fucking skunk.
What's up, fight fans? I'm J.Cotto, and welcome to J.Cotto's Fight Page. And you just heard, finally, what we were waiting for, which was the war of words between Angel Garcia and Guerrero Sr. And I tell you right now, man, that fight is going to be some shit. There's going to be a lot, and I mean a lot, of animosity, man, especially tomorrow at the weigh-in. There's gonna be some more words. It's gonna fucking go down. You know what I mean? Otherwise than that, I just want to thank you for joining me on this edition of Late Night Boxing Talk. I'm doing it a little early today because simply because I got a long day ahead of me tomorrow. But otherwise than that, let's get into boxing. This WBC tournament, man, is some shit. I'm not gonna lie. We've got a lot of fucking boxing. And a lot of people think that their fighters are gonna actually make it. And, like I said, it's a toss-up. It's a toss-up. You have Amir Khan, who's going to face those either the winner of between the Guerrero and Garcia. So it could either be a rematch between Garcia and Khan, and Garcia would be probably trying to make his first title defense, or it could be Robert Guerrero with an upset, and he'll be making his first title defense, trying to make his first title defense against Amir Khan. That would be crazy. But I don't know, man. We've got a lot of boxing going on. One thing I want to put into everyone's mind is that, if you don't know, there's also the super welterweight title going on, the 20. And I've already called it that Demetrius Andrade, however you want to pronounce it, with enough respect, is going to go forward. He's definitely going to be the victor, and he will be the new super welterweight champ. That's how I feel about it. I don't know. But, leading back into the welterweights, it should be heating up. It should heat up. There's a little, in the YTBC, there's a little argument. Not an argument. It's a good little debate that Shady Slim put out there, piece of Shady Slim. He put a little argument out there, little debate with, that he feels that the welterweight division has more to offer than the heavyweight division. And, my input on that is that, this year I just have a feeling that the heavyweights are definitely the heavyweights are definitely gonna put in that work, and they're definitely gonna bring boxing back and bring it up another level. The middleweight division, they have to get that super fight settled out between Canelo and GGG. Something's got to give. Us fans want the answer as to who is the best pound for pound in the middleweight division. But as to welterweights being better, the action, it was last year and the year before. Shit, I'm not even gonna front, Shady. The welterweight division was holding boxing down for a long time. Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, shit, yeah. But the way the heavyweight division bought in the new year, man, bro, you can't sleep on the heavyweight division, especially now with the heavyweights, putting in work. And peace to Mr. Boxing today, who's actually putting out the prospects, catching us up. And I appreciate your work, my brother. Thank you, man. # come back to boxing. He's putting the work in, and he's letting us know exactly who's who. You know what I mean? And I tell you right now, there's a lot of prospects, man, especially ones that are like 15-0, man, just like Anthony Joshua, who don't have the recognition yet, but will have the recognition because they've been calling each other out. And the heavyweights so far have been calling each other out, and they've been taking fights. And that's what we want. We want fighters to deliver. And if they're gonna hold themselves at a high standard, well, they've got to show. They've got to show. You know what I mean? So, in other words, so things won't be misconstrued. If I say I'm pound for pound the best, I got to show you, right? Well, exactly. My point exact. So, with guys like, Garcia, Khan, and several others, Thurman, they've got to show and prove this year. They've got to step up. You know what I mean? And they can't be with that, first title defense can't be. Just put it this way, man. No more voluntaries. That shit is bullshit. Come on, enough with that shit. You know what I mean? And I think that we have to chop these boxers down. We have to chop these fighters down if they're holding themselves up at a high standard and they're not showing anything. I'm tired of giving these accolades and achievements and feats that are not even set at a high bar, you know what I mean, for them to even get, or they're just actually achieving because it's given to them. It's a bunch of bullshit. So, example, somebody got a record of which is Tommy Hearns and Manny Pacquiao got the record for most knockdowns in a fight, right? So, for someone of a high caliber to fight someone at a very low caliber, okay? And you can't say Manny Pacquiao and Algieri, and Algieri was a script because Algieri was a champion at the time and had beaten, you know what I'm saying, one of the top, top fighters at the time, which is Ruslan Provodnikov. Let's not forget that. So, my point exact, for someone elite to fight someone at a low caliber, and then knock them down 8 times, of course, but I bet they couldn't do that to someone that adds to their caliber. You know what I'm saying? This is exactly what I'm saying. These feats were done by the greats. These records are being broken easily because they're having no type of competitiveness behind it, no type of resistance. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I just feel that, the heavyweight division this year, most definitely, any year before that, you know what I'm saying? I'll give you 5 years, 6 years before that. Okay, no doubt. No doubt. The welterweight held it down all the way to last year, but I doubt this year, 2016, the way shit went off and the way these guys are actually, bringing in the competitiveness with calling each other out and doing the all so sweet, all so mighty call out. Oh man, and I'm telling you, you guys don't even know the call-outs that are being done by these heavyweights. Go to Mr. Boxing Today's channel. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. He's reporting all these call-outs. There's one dude, a young guy, I forgot his name. He's 15-0, just like Anthony Joshua. I think he's like two KOs below Joshua. I think it's 13 KOs or some shit like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Boxer today. My bad. But my point is that you know, these are call-outs that we don't know about, and he's talking about he could break fucking Anthony Joshua's jaw. Whoa. Now we all know so far that White was talking shit about Joshua, and Joshua stepped into the AM. You know what I'm saying? And put the motherfucker in the PM. So that'd be a good fight. But David Haye want Joshua next, and that shit will be a great step-up fight for Joshua as well. Even though Joshua has said that he's not ready for big world-class fights just yet, he feels. But I feel that getting broken in by David Haye after a White fight, most definitely, my bro. Most definitely. You just need movement, man. But other, you know, anything after that, you know, I would have to agree with you. You know, the welterweight division, yes, but at the same time, this year, the way it just came out, and the way these guys are just, you know what I'm saying, wanting to bring the action personification to us, that's better. You know what I'm saying? If they do what they've been doing, if the welterweight division, the fighters, the champions, the contenders, if they do what they did, exactly what they've been doing for the past 6-7 years, bro, I'm sorry, man, you know, but you gotta understand, there's a lot of ducking. A lot of ducking. You know what I mean? And everybody was so blinded and crossing things over to the point that they forgot all about Klitschko's 11-year reign. They forgot about Klitschko and how he was holding it down. They forgot all about that. But yet they was calling him a scrub. They called, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he's whack. But then he was fighting motherfuckers with names. So what happened? What happened to all of that? You feel what I'm saying? So this is exactly why I'm to the point that I'm just like, you know, the whole GGG and Wilder thing as well. You know, you can't compare them. I'm sorry, you just can't. You know, maybe selling ticket wise, but as to middleweight fighting a fucking heavyweight, or even comparing their stats, it's, you know what I'm saying, the heavyweight's always gonna win simply because they're fighting a fight that knowingly either opponent, okay, the opposition has the exact precise chance that with one punch they can end it. A middleweight, not so much, as you know what I mean. You gotta understand that welterweights, not so much either. I mean, you know, there have been one hit quitters, yes. You know what I'm saying? But you've got to look at heavyweights now. You know what I'm saying? Hitting harder as well. So it's, you know, it's just an uneven thing for me. You know, you know. The Manny Pacquiao and Tim Bradley fight. I think it was Teddy Atlas was talking shit, something about Freddie Roach, and said something about that Freddie Roach has made his career off of fighters that were already established. You know, okay. But at the same time, Mr. Atlas, weren't you the same man that was going around accusing Pacquiao of cheating somehow? See what I mean? But I think that fight, it's gonna mean something. It's gonna really mean something. You know what I mean? That fight is definitely gonna mean something. Pacquiao, I think, is not going to come back. And regardless if Floyd called him out, which would be a very bitch move, because Pacquiao has already stated, I retire. Pacquiao already asked Floyd. Floyd said no. So for Floyd to come out and for everybody to, you know, let's just say months later, because Floyd wants to take over the other September, the Mexican holiday date, right? So suppose he comes back and starts to ridicule Pacquiao. Don't run with it. Don't run with it. Stand against that, because Pacquiao asked him several times. He said no, he's retired for good, and he left him alone. You know? So that's it. So I don't think that Mayweather should try to, you know what I'm saying? Because if he does, then you understand the type of scumbag that you're dealing with. Otherwise than that, you know, if he was to do that, he would be a scumbag, by the way. So, Let me not say that I'm calling him a scumbag. I'm not. I'm just saying if he was to do some shit like that, it'd be a scumbag move. Unless he meant business and really wanted to fight Pacquiao, then I would say, you know what, try to get Pacquiao back in the ring. Not as bad as Clubber Lang tactics or anything like that, but try to get him back in the fucking ring. You know what I mean? You know, other things that are occurring in boxing. You know, I encourage everybody to start looking for female boxing, man. Okay? Look for Cecilia Brockhouse. All right? Peace to you, Dilltown. Cecilia Brockhouse, she's undisputed, undefeated welterweight champion. Okay? She's bad as fuck. And you got to understand that, you know, we need to support them. We need to support the women's boxing. See, because UFC, and also because of Ronda Rousey, of course, and in other MMA forums as well, you know, also because of Misha Tate and especially Gina Carano and, you know, and Chris Cyborg. See, these women have names. Now, boxing used to have Christy Martin, Layla Ali, and Wolf, you know what I mean? You know, Cindy Amador, right? Now there are a lot of young champions as well in lower weight classes that are coming up. There's one, Casey Morton. I'm working real hard to try to get a interview with her. Hashtag come back to boxing, girl. It's just, we should be backing these females up 100% for our sport, definitely. You know what I mean? Holly Holm was a prime example that she boxed 60% of the time. Okay? Now, if you disagree with me, go back, watch the Holly Holm Ronda Rousey fight, Ronda Rousey Holly Holm fight, and you will see that she boxed most of the time, not all of the time, but only kicked and used the elbows, which is not boxing, because she has a kickboxing multi-background, for those that didn't know. So that goes to show you that, you know, she Holly Holm kept it real and used the basics, and she's got a fight with Misha Tate, and I'll be watching UFC just for her. Oh yeah, the women's division in the UFC. Now, as the boxing, I think we really need to start backing these women up of boxing, because they represent the sport. They're warriors as well. You know, they're bad as fuck when they're dressed up. No offense, ladies, but you know what I mean. You know, if you look into my in-depth series on my channel, I have one. I have an interview with former ladies champion Cindy Amador, and she retired on my show, and I was honored. You know, just check it out. It's called the In-Depth Interview with Cindy Amador. Definitely, and check her out on Facebook as well, Cindy Amador Facebook. So, with that being said, support women's boxing. But yeah, you know, I was looking at Dilltown's channel. Dilltown, hashtag come back to boxing. Dilltown is dropping the gems, okay? Dilltown's dropping the fucking gems, and y'all need to see this. Go check his channel, man. He's got historical fighters with historical facts, historical fights, setting historical standards. You know what I mean? Check that out, man. Definitely. I'm still settling in. So for those who are wondering about Brosco and his 4-5, yeah, I've given you 3 episodes. You know, once I'm settled in, You know what I mean? I'll definitely hit you back up with him. The series is still on. Yeah, I gave you three parts. One A B part, which makes 1 and 2 to one part, and then the second part after that. Check it out. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's still up there, and the fantasy fight league as well is gonna get back up on there. You know what I mean? Which is good that we give it a little rest right now, because there are other boxers that I'm gonna be throwing on the roster as to the heavyweight division, the welterweight division, middleweight division as well. You know what I mean? There's still fucking mosquitoes out here. There still are a couple of boxers that I have to continue to, finish creating as to a skill set. You know what I mean? Because I try to make them as authentic as possible. That's why you guys keep coming back, because the fight style mirrors, the boxers themselves. So that'll be back on. I mean, everything that you see on my page, the case of series as well, the evidence room series, the boxing news, to come on. I just decided to give you these while I'm settling in and helping out and stuff, and I just figured I give you these late night boxing talks with you guys, so that way you guys will still be, representing the movement and doing the movement every time you watch one of these videos, because you guys already know what's on my memorandum on what to do. Hashtag come back to boxing. You guys are cool. Awesome. So, if nobody, the boxing voice caught a good, during the Wilder Spilka fight, the boxing voice was in the crowd or whatever, and they recorded a very good moment. They just happened to catch it, and it was an awesome moment. And that moment was when Tyson Fury met Mike Tyson. I got to give Tyson Fury, the new Gypsy King, hashtag come back to boxing, heavyweight champion of the world. I have to give him his credit. What credit is due, I gotta give him his props, simply because he kissed Mike Tyson's hand, man. Treated him like royalty. Treated him like royalty. That's something that I would do if I was to meet Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson, Sugar Ray Leonard, any of the living greats. You know what I mean? I mean, he kissed his hand, shook his hand, kissed his hand, hugged him and shit. Mike Tyson gave him a little, nudge on the chin and shit, like we all know the height difference between Wilder and Tyson, right? Tyson looked like a giant though next to Wilder after that, humbleness that he showed him. You can actually see the stature in itself, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can see Tyson was the legend, you know what I mean? And it was like, okay, giving him the approval and shit, they were whispering other things, to each other's ears and shit, but I'm more than sure behind the scenes, I'm more than sure Mike Tyson's gonna tell him, listen, you gotta come harder. You know what I mean? A David Haye, Anthony Joshua fight, that's being talked about. But as well, a David Haye and a Shannon Briggs fight is being talked about. And I would like to see a Shannon Briggs and a David Haye fight. I would love to see that. And for y'all that don't know, Shannon Briggs is ranked number 4 in WBC. So, what does that tell you? He's been competing. He's been competing. You know what I mean? He's been competing. But you guys haven't been looking. He's 6 bodies in already, Shannon Briggs. What do you think, that he ain't boxed? Nobody? See, a lot of guys are out there on interviews that belong to camps and shit, and they're saying, oh yeah, Briggs is a fucking joke, what has he done lately? Well, he's been fighting, he's been keeping warm. And this is something that you guys are not seeing. You aren't following him. You think he's a joke because he puts in his work, man. And I tell you right now, 6 bodies in, and he hasn't lost yet. My money's on the vet all the time, and it ain't that puncher's chance shit either.
You know what I mean? It's the experience all around. You know what I mean? It's the experience. And Deontay Wilder hasn't fought anybody that can properly set traps on him. I mean, Shannon Briggs, man, he was the KO king, the first round KO king as well, doing his thing. So you gotta let nature take its course in boxing. You know what I mean? And if Briggs Hay gets done, then that's a great fight. That's a great fight. To most of the guys or the kids or the new guys, the casuals, you know, the guys who just got put up on David Hay not too long ago, to them, he's washed up. You know? And then Briggs will be super old and old man and all this shit, right? But at the same time, when they was to, if they get in that ring and they're gonna, because it's gonna be a good fight. And those who have never seen Shannon Briggs fight, you know what he brings. So you gotta understand, man, for to see the science at, on the table, in the ring, in front of you, at that moment, that's something to appreciate. You know what I mean? And especially if he handles Hay. If Briggs handles Hay to the point that, the experience, he really fucked him up. He got to him. You feel what I'm saying? Makes him look foolish. Then that's another contender in the heavyweight division. That's cooking it up as well. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a lot. It's heating up. Remember that shit, NBA Jam? Yeah, so, I'm just saying, guys. You gotta let boxing take its course naturally and let fights happen. Don't try to cover them up with no fucking voluntaries or no fucking, step aside money either, man. Fuck that, man. If I'm supposed to fight you and we fighting, that's that. You know what I mean? One more thing I want to address to Shady Slim. You know what I mean? And that's this. I hope that your fighter, Amir Khan, actually gets to fight. This is how I want it to go down for your boy. I want him, because to me, he has to prove himself. I need you to understand, you know what I'm saying? I need you to understand the way I look at Khan, because it's not like everybody else. I'm giving you my legit reason as to why I used to follow Khan and I stopped. Okay? Number one reason is because he's supposed to have these fights. He was supposed to have a lot of good fights. He didn't take them because he was on the paper chase. And I can understand the paper chase. So that's why, to me, he's a prize fighter, not a legacy fighter. I have respect for legacy fighters. People that want to fight, you know what I'm saying? Like, he would have taken those fights. It seems like after he lost to Garcia, he just thought that he was on some prime shit because he won one after Garcia. Or two after Garcia. You know what I mean? So it's like, come on. So now he comes back, and now he's trying to get big names. And then when he don't get big names, what happens? Y'all get upset. But that's the thing. The man is not ranking himself to a point. You know what I'm saying? And at least he's not ranking himself to the people who are his employers, which are us, the consumer. He hasn't been picking matches where we're like, okay, Amir Khan got the fucking hands. Why do you think we call him a chandelier jaw, bro? Because, you know what I'm saying, when he fails every time that, he has a big fight. So this is how I want it to go down for him. I want Guerrero to beat Danny Garcia, right? Because to me, Danny Garcia, he should have been lost. I think if he loses to Guerrero, it's respectable. You know what I'm saying? It just shows that he can't be taking less competition. So, and then I want him to fight Guerrero because he'll be the mandatory. Then I want him to fight Guerrero and knock Guerrero out. Right? I want him to knock Guerrero out. That'll be convincing for me. Right? And then since his number 2 would be, or his number 1 would be Danny Garcia afterwards. Actually, no, it wouldn't be Danny Garcia. It would be whoever else is, you know what I'm saying, is going to be the semis. You know what I'm saying? Between the semis or whatever. Now, Amir Khan gets through that tournament with strap and all. Bro, I gotta give it to him. He's show improved. And he did what he was supposed to do. But at the same time, we can't give him his props because that, you know what I'm saying, the road that I'm saying, if it happens, it wasn't premeditated on his behalf. You know what I'm saying? He didn't try to go for that type of, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's not ending up the way I'm saying. You know, his whole goal was probably just to, you know what I'm saying, take on the mandatory, and then after that, you know what I'm saying, take on or whatever. And, you know, it's not the way that I want him to win. You understand? If he does take the welterweight division, but you know what I'm saying, you know, WBC strap. I just hope that he doesn't, you know, in between the tournament, because it's going to be a while before he fights, get a match and either injure himself or fucking lose, because then it'll first of all, it'll depend on the way he lost. You know what I'm saying? If he lost by knockout, it could affect him. He won't be the same fighter. You feel what I'm saying? So this is why I'm saying I hope he don't fuck up. I hope he don't move or switch past. He needs to stay put right where he's at. Wait to be, you know what I'm saying? Wait for the winner to be crowned. Fight the fucking new crown champion. Take the fucking champion's title. Beat everybody in the motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, within the tournament. And then, before I give him his credit, right? Fight Keith Thurman, because Keith Thurman has been wanting to welcome him. Now, whether Keith Thurman loses to Sean Porter or not, I still want to see Khan Thurman. All right? Shady Slim? So now you know where I want Khan to be positioned. You know what I'm saying? It's not the hate. It's just, to me, as a hardcore boxing fan, you know what I'm saying? I know what, you know what I'm saying? I know what it is to be a competitive fighter, and I don't see any competitiveness within, you know what I'm saying, Amir Khan, except for wanting this and wanting that, which is 2 big names, but they're on the way out. He never got him. He was wasting his time. Floyd was stalling and doing a lot of other fucking bullshit to get different fights to solidify his fucking whatever you want to call it. And Pacquiao was too busy waiting on the sidelines and doing everything that fucking Bob Arum wanted him to do, until finally he fucking said, I wanted to do this, and spoke up, and you know what I'm saying? So look what happened. So he wasted his fucking time. Now you can't say, oh, it's not his fault. I mean, he was just going to, yeah, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? While you keeping your mouthpiece warm, you could have kept the skills warm. You could have kept boxing. You know what I'm saying? He could have went out there and made a bigger name for himself and a bigger fucking statement. But he had problems with Algieri. You know what I mean? He had problems with that man. And now that man has Jackson in his corner. That man is going to come back crisp, clean. Remember, to lose to Pacquiao, to Mayweather, makes the fighters better, because those were the best 2 pound for pound, right, in that division. So if it makes them 2 that best pound for pound that division, and you lose, so you got to understand that you know Algieri is going to come back more combinations and more power with better footwork, because he didn't have that bad of, you know what I'm saying, regimen of footwork. Algeria, that is. That's right. So you got to understand, as these little guys come up, they're getting stronger. So Khan's got to get strong. He's got to stop the diva shit, and he's got to, okay, you know what? Boom. Shit. It would be great that after he wins the title, and if, you know what I'm saying, whatever, and he wants to fight sooner, I wouldn't mind a J.Cotto. Huh? I wouldn't mind a J.Cotto. Why not? Right? In between, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. So now you know where I stand, Shady Slim, no doubt. Hashtag come back to boxing. Peace, bro. So, you know, and Mauricio Herrera, my man, my mellow. You know, it was said that he was supposed to fight Terrence Crawford, right? Then he was supposed to fight Provodnikov. That would have been 2, because the first fight, classic. You know what I mean? Awesome. I think now that Terrence Crawford is going to be fighting Hank Lundy, he'll be going for Provodnikov. So Herrera and Provodnikov too could be a possible. I know Mauricio Herrera. You know, we have a phone. How do you say a phone relationship? You know what I mean? He knows me. He grants me. You know, and I thank him very much. Very humble, mellow man. You know, good man in life as well. You know, he grants me. You know, access to interviews. So I'm thinking about doing an in-depth too with him, and to actually get down to the nitty-gritty as to who's he actually gonna fight this year. You know, don't forget he's the NABA champ. I think if I said that right. You know what I mean? Man. I'm gonna get you guys an in-depth interview. You know what I mean? I've been trying to work on it, but like I said, I'm in between moving and settling in, and then at the same, you know what I mean? So once I get my landline back on and you know everything is settled in, I'm definitely going to get that interview with him. I speak with him almost every day. You know what I mean? I just haven't asked him that question because I want to leave that for the interview. I had given him a heads up on the interview. He said he would, you know what I'm saying, give it to me. But he's busy right now. I guess he's training. But I'm going to keep working on that. I'm going to get it. But, yeah. So, Herrera, Provodnikov, too. That'll be awesome, man, for this year as well. On that note, I just want to say, Leo Santa Cruz, I want to see you fight Guillermo Rigondeaux. Bottom line. Yeah, that's right. I want to see that fight. Otherwise than that, fight fans, God bless. Thank you for joining Late Night Boxing Talk. And remember, God bless, stay vigilant. Hashtag come back to boxing. Good night, folks.